Hook off the jab sports. Okay guys, so I just watched the fight between Javier Fortuna and Ryan Garcia, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I just don't see it. If you're looking at the thumbnail right now, you already know the question that I'm going to ask you guys. Does Ryan Garcia have a chance to win against any three of the three fighters in the thumbnail? That is JoJo Diaz, Teofimo Lopez, and Romero. Does Ryan Garcia beat any one of those three fighters or even give them a challenge? I'm not even going to talk about Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis because I simply think that if Ryan Garcia was to fight any of those two fighters, it would be the biggest mistake of his career. I don't think he's on their level at all, and I think it's going to be devastating to him as a fighter because I see him losing unanimously or by vicious knockout when it comes to Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis. If Ryan Garcia was to fight either of those two fighters, it would be unanimous decision or devastating knockout. Either one of them, between either one of those fights happening. Now, with that said, if I'm being honest with you guys, I don't see Ryan Garcia beating any three of the fighters in the thumbnail either. I don't see him beating JoJo, I don't see him beating Teofimo, and I do not see him beating Romero. I don't see it. There's certain flaws in Ryan Garcia's style when he's fighting. One of his biggest flaws is that with every punch that he throws, he's standing straight up. His head is straight up in the air. That leaves him open for shots that will completely destroy him. And it also means that there's a lot of potential when he throws his punches for him to end up off balance. You cannot fight straight up with your head straight up in the air like that. It's not good. Another issue that he has is when he's throwing punches and the right hand is you can see it a lot with his right hand. He doesn't have the ability to gauge distance as well as fighters like Devin Haney. He doesn't have it. So what that means is, again, he's throwing the punches and it's not landing anywhere near his opponent. And again, that's gonna cause that will lead to him being off balance again as well. So these are things that, you know, guys like Devin Haney, they're gonna pick up on. Another issue that he has is that he's very it's obvious, he's very predictable. All he wants to throw is the 1-2 and then the hook followed with the hook. Guys like Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney, they're gonna time that. They might not even allow him to throw the jab, let alone get off a 1-2 and a hook. They might, you know, a guy like Devin Haney is gonna take away at least one of those. At least one of those. So if he throws the 1-2 and Devin Haney takes away his hook, what is he gonna do? Because he uses the hook as an escape punch. He uses it to throw to the left and escape going. He throws the hook, the left hook, and uses it to escape to the left. You know, to push himself over to the right side of his opponent. So if one of these fighters, any one of these fighters that I just mentioned, was to fight him and realize that, and they say, let it, you know, maybe I can't take away his 1-2 because his hand speed is decent, but I know he wants to, if he doesn't touch me with the 1-2, I know he wants to throw the hook. I know he wants to throw the hook. So I'm going to be ready for that. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? You know, I just don't see him beating any of these guys. I see him losing either by knockout or unanimous decision. I see Joseph Diaz beating him, you know, giving him a solid beating for 12 rounds. I see Teofimo Lopez potentially knocking him out within 7, and I see Romero going 10-12 with him as well. You know, and when we talk about, I said I wouldn't talk about Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney, but it's hard not to. When you talk about Devin Haney, I see him giving Ryan Garcia a solid beating for 12 rounds and the corner potentially stopping the fight. And if he was to fight Gervonta Davis, I see Gervonta Davis stopping him within 3. He is not going to be able to withstand anything from Gervonta Davis. That's my honest opinion. So now the question is, what do you guys think? Do you see Ryan Garcia giving any 3 of the fighters in the thumbnail a challenge, or even potentially beating any 3 of them? Because I don't. I think that he has decent speed, but even after watching him fight Fortuna, I don't even think he utilizes his main attribute that well, which is his speed. I don't think he utilizes it that well. And the reason is, I don't think he's able to, because he's not able to gauge distance as well as he should be if he wants to be considered, you know, top tier, one of the top dogs in the division. If he wants to be considered or even fight and, you know, beat a guy like Devin Haney or Gervonta Davis, he has to develop that skill of gauging range, recognizing how far he is from his opponent, because right now he's not doing a good job of that. And I personally see it looks to me from watching him fight that he's often off balance. That's what it looks like to me. And he's open to shots, and the reason again why that is because he's straight up. Every time he throws a punch, he's straight up, and he's throwing the punches from a bad distance, and his head is straight up in the air. There's no athleticism to his punches. It's like somebody poured cement down the middle of the balloon, dude. You know? And that's going to leave him open for vicious uppercuts that'll have him, you know, knocked out standing on his knees. And nobody wants, I'm not wishing that on anybody, but that's what uppercuts do. And that's all I can see in my head if I see him fighting a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis. That's all I see. He's going to be looking at Solara walk away into the distance on his knees like Book of Eli. That's what's going to happen, guys. In any case, let me know what you guys think. I'm really interested to know what you guys think. Every time I put out a video, you guys leave great comments. I get great feedback, and I'm very appreciative and very grateful for you guys and all of the positive feedback that I've been getting. So you guys let me know what you think. Do you think Ryan Garcia can beat or even put up a challenge, give a challenge to any three of the fighters in the thumbnail? We'll leave out Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis for now. That could be another video for another time, another discussion for another time. Unless you really want to talk about it, be my guest. I'm open to it. Let me know what you guys think. Can he beat them or give them a challenge? My opinion is no. After watching that Fortuna fight, I don't believe so. I think he has a lot of work to do. And I think that his focus really needs to be on boxing as opposed to whatever else he has going on. If he really wants to give these guys a challenge. If he really wants to prove that he belongs in that circle. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, and until the next time, hook off the jab.